We're not here for the convention.
Hard.
A man named Hutch is shown badly hurt in an interrogation room.
Us? We're...
The story then shifts back to Hutch's usual routine. His life is a cycle of missions that leaves no space for family. He wakes up, completes assignments, comes home late, and repeats the same routine every day. At home, the distance is clear. His wife, Becca, has grown weary of the silence between them, and their children, Brady and Sammy, barely notice him anymore. Each person is caught up in their own world, leaving Hutch feeling like a shadow in his own house. One time, while Hutch was working and killing people, he received a text from Becca. He was late for dinner, and she wanted to talk to him. Moments later, she changed her mind and sent another message saying she loved him. Hutch replied with the same words, and the conversation ended there. The next morning, Hutch saw his family getting ready to start the day. He approached Becca and told her he had slept in the basement so he would not wake her.
Okay, where's Brady? I want to hear about the game.
He then asked about Brady's sports match, but Becca told him she would let their son explain it himself. She was in a rush to leave, so she simply said goodbye and left.
Brady stole your coffee. You're gonna have to make some more.
Brady had...
Hutch, you're bleeding.
Later, Hutch sat alone in a restaurant. He glanced at his watch, then noticed a group of men entering an elevator. He quickly followed them inside, placing an out-of-service sign at the door. Inside, Hutch tore through the group of men, beating them all down. When one tried to call for help, Hutch stopped him and took something from his pocket. Another pulled out a gun, but Hutch swiftly disarmed him. Soon after, another armed group appeared. Hutch threw a cylinder at them, causing an explosion, then faced another group, taking them out with ease. Elsewhere, a man was having his beard shaved. Hutch walked into the room and the man turned his attention to him. He asked Hutch about the date, and Hutch handed him the card he took. The man asked for details, and Hutch began narrating what had happened in the elevator.
It started as a straightforward snatch.
The superior later told Hutch that what he did today brought him 800 grand closer. Hutch asked how much remained, and his superior replied that he still owed around 30 million, and that still ties him down. His superior gives him another mission.
Your next mission.
Hutch wants a pause from this endless cycle, but his superior reminds him of a past failure. He tells him they once paid on his behalf when he burned all the Russians' money before, and from the way Hutch is going, he will only have paid off the Obshak by spring. But Hutch insists on taking a break.
I'm gonna take a break.
His superior takes a sip of his drink before leaving him with a cold farewell, wishing him good luck. Hutch asks why he would need luck, and his superior replies that the job is in his nature, and nature always wins. Hutch quietly reflects as his superior walks out.
Wherever you go.
He then remembers his earlier fight. Behind one of the men he beat, he saw a paper with an advertisement for a place. Later, at his own house, staring at a summer ad for Plumville, Hutch quietly decides he wants something different. A trip with his family, a chance to finally create real memories together. He shows the ad to everyone as well.
Somerville!
At first, the family isn't interested in Hutch's plan. Becca asks if the advertisement is accurate. Brady and Sammy are hesitant too. Hutch also wants to take Grandpa David. The next day, the family gets in their car and drives to pick up Grandpa David. He comes to the car smoking a cigar. Before he gets inside, Hutch asks him to put it out because he does not want his kids exposed to secondhand smoke. After a brief hesitation, Grandpa David puts it out. After that, they set off for Plumville. Everyone seems to enjoy the ride except for Brady, who remains distant. The rest of the family sings and plays in the car. When they arrive, the family settles into their rooms before heading out together. Hutch gives the kids a double room, while Grandpa David stays in the room next door. They all go out to try the resort. When they arrive at the water park, however, they learn it has been shut down for the day because of an accident. With no other option, they decide to leave and have a meal instead.
Hello?
Closed, sorry.
What?
While resting in a nearby restaurant, Hutch drifts into memories of his childhood visits to this same place.
You've seen mosquitoes bigger than this, hot dog.
As he slips deeper into thought, an officer approaches and asks what he wants. Hutch tries to calm things down, but the officer grows aggressive. Even so, Hutch manages to handle the situation without letting it escalate further.
Did you?
Meanwhile, their food is prepared. Hutch takes the meal back to the table, and later, the family spends time playing games. Hutch makes an effort to connect with Brady, but Brady still carries resentment, feeling ignored for too long.
Yeah. Okay. I'll be right there.
When a group of girls notices Brady, his mood changes. He starts showing off and even hands them passes. Sammy notices and asks why he gave them all away, but he brushes it off, saying he has more. A group of local boys see this and do not take it kindly. At the bar, Hutch and Becca sit quietly, unaware of the conflict building nearby. The boys confront Brady, calling him a nerd.
You getting some nerds with your tickets, nerd?
They demand that he apologize for flirting with their friends. Brady refuses. The boys press him again, but he stands firm. The tension peaks when the boys tear Sammy's teddy bear. The situation erupts into a fight. The owner steps in, siding with the boys and hitting Brady. Hutch rushes over and intervenes. The owner loses control and forces the Mansell family to leave.
Yeah, we are gonna.
We're leaving.
As they head for the exit, one of the boys suddenly strikes Sammy on the head, leaving the family shocked. Outside, Becca tried to calm Brady, but he was too angry. As the family prepared to leave, Hutch pretended he had left his phone inside and slipped back into the building. Becca called after him, but Hutch refused to turn back and went in.
No.
Instead of retrieving his phone, Hutch unleashed his fury on the group that had hurt his family, beating them without restraint.
Gotta keep them separated.
His family witnessed the brutal scene. Becca called to him, finally pulling him away from his rage.
Dad.
The authorities soon arrived. Brady and Hutch were separated from the family. Becca tried to reason with the officer. The officer refused to hear their side of the story and kept blaming their family.
Are you kidding me?
Ma'am.
Left alone, Brady and Hutch argued. Brady believed what they did was right and urged Hutch to stop pretending it was not.
By the way, the way that you...
No, it wasn't.
Hutch, however, told Brady that he should be better than him. Brady, still angry, brushed it off. In the middle of their conversation, the sheriff approached and took Hutch away. Inside an office, Hutch faced the sheriff. The sheriff smugly asked if Hutch knew who he was, then declared his name was Wyatt Martin and that he ran the town.
You the tourist fucked up my son.
I didn't.
Shut the fuck up.
He revealed he was the father of the boy Brady had fought. He accused Brady of injuring his son's pitching arm.
Do you? Yeah, I get it.
Hutch responded by telling him to check the security footage, explaining that one of the boys had struck Sammy, which was why he lost control. After staring at him intensely, the sheriff finally decided to let the family go.
So that's it then?
In the end, the police released the Mansell family, but their intentions were far from good. Behind closed doors, the sheriff Hutch had encountered in the diner ordered another officer to gather the boys.
Get rid of him.
The following day, the family headed to an amusement park. They laughed, played shooting games, ran around in hide and seek, and enjoyed the rides together.
Super cute.
Yet, Hutch noticed something unsettling, a police officer quietly watching them. Even during a duck boat ride, the watchful presence did not fade.
Okay, 4 tickets, 1 kid. Yeah, here.
Seeing some hired men among the passengers, Hutch faked stomach pain and switched boats, boarding the one carrying the suspicious men. After the other duck boat left, Hutch turned to face the group that had been monitoring him. As they closed in, the ride began, and for a brief moment, everything hung in suspense. The tension broke when more passengers started climbing aboard.
You can stand if you want. Just hold on really tight, and we'll get going in a minute.
After a short while, the instructor assigned everyone their seats. Once they settled and the duck boat began to move, Hutch turned to the men and asked what this was all about. One of them wore a police uniform, while the others were dressed in regular clothes.
More than you know. You were told to leave.
The officer told him he had been ordered to leave and asked why he had not. Hutch answered that he was there with his family and wanted to make memories.
There's no need for this. This is all a big misunderstanding.
Despite his words, the men demanded that he walk away. When he refused, they attacked. At first, Hutch tried to calm them, but the fight quickly grew violent. He overpowered all of them, and none could match his skill. Then the officer picked up a knife. Hutch tried to talk him down, but it did not work. And in the struggle, he lost a finger. As he searched the water for it, another man punched him and knocked him into the river. Back in the boat, the men confronted the officer, asking why he lied about Hutch being just a tourist when he clearly had fighting skills. The officer admitted he did not know either.
Lost a tooth.
As they argued, Hutch returned to the boat. Emerging in fury, he used whatever he could grab as weapons, striking down his attackers one by one until none were left standing.
Tell your boss.
Before leaving, he forced one of them to deliver a warning to their boss. Stay out of his way. Afterward, Hutch sat in silence, reflecting on what had happened. Later, he called his brother Harry. When Harry asked what was going on, Hutch brought up their earlier trip to Plumville. He wanted to know what had really happened back then, given the events unfolding now.
It's an old trade route used since the bootlegging days.
Harry revealed everything. Hutch learned that Grandpa David had once gone on dangerous missions alone, much like Hutch was doing now. That explained why everyone was not as welcoming to him. Elsewhere, Wyatt Martin, the town's chief, is shown running an underground drug trade with help from Abel, the sheriff.
Hey, don't cause any trouble and there won't be any trouble.
While Hutch's family waits for him, Abel gets word from the officer that Hutch defeated them with shocking ease. The officer tells him the man is not just a tourist. Hutch also calls his superior. He asks about Plumville, and his superior informs him about Lendina, the real power behind everything. She is the most feared figure in town, controlling every illegal operation and destroying anyone who dares to resist. He advises Hutch to de-escalate the situation. Hutch asks if there is any information or address he can provide. His superior says he can give him a lead, but when it comes to Lendina, he warns that Hutch is on his own.
He got it.
It's still foreign.
Meanwhile, Wyatt practices shooting with his son. In the middle of the session, he receives a call from Lendina.
Ex-partner. This is my last shipment.
He tells her he wants to make one last delivery, pay off his debts, and end the business. She rejects the idea, saying that by her calculations, his debts cannot be cleared. But Wyatt insists he can settle everything.
Ain't nothing funny about what I said.
She reminds him that his father died because he was distracted. Wyatt responds with defiance, saying he is not his father and that it is over. Lendina laughs and ends the call with a chilling threat.
Well,
afterward, Lendina calls Abel and orders him to remind Wyatt who he works for. She tells him to take away what matters most to him. Back in their room, the family gathers together. The children ask Becca if their father is in trouble. She tells them everything is fine. While they talk, Grandpa David walks in with dinner. Becca asks about Hutch, but he assures her that everything is fine. Meanwhile, Hutch struggles to calm himself after his tense conversation with his superior. Elsewhere, Abel gathers his men and shows them that he has kidnapped Wyatt's son, exactly as Lendina demanded. He then orders the men to tell her the job is complete.
Okay? You understand?
Still haunted by Lendina, Hutch heads straight to her base. There, he soaks piles of her money with gasoline, knowing explosives are stored nearby.
And those who do will have to answer to Lendina.
He tells Abel he wants a break. If they refuse, everyone will die in the blast, and those who survive will still have to answer to Lendina.
From the moment you've shown up, you've put my men in the fucking ER.
After a tense pause, Abel angrily tells him he caught him on a good day. He then reluctantly agrees and orders Hutch to leave.
Go before I change my mind.
As Hutch leaves, he notices Wyatt's son tumble out of a van. The men stumble while trying to put him back inside. The boy pleads with Hutch to help him, but Hutch cannot do anything at first. He walks away and gets in his car. He drives off, but his conscience pulls him back. He launches into a violent fight, defeating and killing every enemy in sight. Some of the men run away, yet Hutch shows no mercy to the rest while the boy watches in shocked silence. After killing the men, Hutch unties the boy and begins to walk away with him. Abel gets up and fires shots into the ceiling. When Abel finally runs out of bullets, Hutch shoots a light fixture, igniting the fuel-soaked money. The base bursts into flames, destroying Lendina's shipments, her fortune, and her chemicals in a single explosion. Abel can only watch helplessly as it happens. Hutch drives away just as the building erupts behind him. News of the destruction enrages Lendina. She demands to know how much they lost and is told everything is gone. Furious, she demands to know who dared to challenge her.
Nothing about him is turning up.
There is one oddity.
Her people know little about Hutch, but they report he was only in town on vacation with his family. Lendina cannot believe a tourist has destroyed all of her shipments.
I don't know who the fuck you are, but you crossed a line, asshole.
While she presses for answers, the sheriff calls and provides more details about Hutch. The only thing he knows for sure about him is a photograph. He also tells her to bring all the manpower she can gather.
This guy's an idiot.
Hutch then brings Wyatt's shaken son to Grandpa David's cabin, where the rest of the family is staying. He pretends that everything is fine. Sammy hugs him in relief, and Brady welcomes Wyatt's son. Grandpa David asks Hutch if he will stay the night, but Hutch makes it clear that he cannot.
You're right about that.
Becca, however, is furious. She knows Hutch has broken his promise and allowed violence to take over their trip. She confronts him about it, and Hutch cannot defend himself.
I'm just realizing that. You should get away.
He admits the truth, but insists she should walk away from him. Becca refuses, telling him that before anything, he is a father and her man. She urges him to finish what he started and then return to them.
John, answer your damn phone. Come on, come on, come on.
Meanwhile, Wyatt, drunk and unsettled, tries to call his son. When Hutch arrives, Wyatt lashes out and attacks with a baseball bat. Hutch tries to explain, but Wyatt keeps swinging. Finally, he collapses after a single punch.
We want the same things.
Hutch tells him the whole truth, revealing that he burned everything. Wyatt is stunned by what he hears. He thanks Hutch for saving his son, but warns him that Lendina, who once killed his own father when he tried to resist her, will not let this go. He told Hutch that the empire he inherited from his father came with heavy debts. He is now paying off his father's obligations and does not want his son to endure the same burden. Lendina has been running the town for 2 generations, and he no longer wishes to pass that life down. Hutch asks what she will do when she discovers what he has done. Wyatt warns him that Lendina once wiped out an entire bloodline for less. When Hutch asks where she might be, Wyatt says she is probably already on her way to them. Realizing they have no choice, Hutch and Wyatt form an alliance. Wyatt shows him his stockpile of firearms. After this, Wyatt clears the park, knowing a massive fight is approaching. Harry soon arrives to join them.
This is my brother, Harry.
Wyatt Martin. Good to meet you.
What are you doing here?
Hutch is surprised to see him. After introducing Harry to Wyatt, he asks why he is there. Harry explains that he heard Hutch was in crisis and came to help. After this, the family begins preparing the grounds with traps, grenades, landmines, TNT, pistols, and even spears hidden in plain sight. As they talk, Harry reminds Grandpa David that he once left them in the lodge for 2 days when they were children. Hutch then asks if Grandpa David ever worried about them the way he cares about Brady. Grandpa David replies that they are the better version of him and that Brady will be the same.
Got it. Okay, you need any help up there?
Yeah, I got something,
Then, the family gets to work. Grandpa David keeps watch, signaling when Lendina's convoy arrives. She realizes they are hiding in the water park and orders her men to attack the cabin and target the family.
Scorched earth. No prisoners.
Becca, growing uneasy, decides to step outside. Before leaving, she asks if Brady is ready, and he reassures her. She quietly takes a rifle and steels herself for the coming battle. Lendina offers one last chance to surrender through Abel, but Hutch and Wyatt refuse. The fight begins with Abel being the first to fall by Lendina's men. The Mansell family fights back, using their traps to strike down Lendina's men. A fierce gunfight breaks out. Hutch lures his enemies into a mirror room, while Wyatt draws others toward the landmines. Even when Wyatt is shot in the leg, the defenses hold. Hutch runs low on ammunition, but the makeshift weapons they placed earlier still prove deadly.
You motherfucker.
In the jungle, Harry ambushes another squad, cutting down soldiers one by one until he faces Lendina's lieutenant. Their violent duel ends with Harry slashing him down and strangling another opponent.
Don't bring a machete to a fucking katana duel.
Lendina stays calm, sending 2 skilled fighters against Hutch. They beat him savagely, leaving him bloody. She leans in close and tells him to say his goodbyes.
Take him out. I'm bored with him.
Just before the final blow, Wyatt shoots one of the attackers. The other lunges at him, but he shoots her as well. Lendina hurls a knife that strikes his arm.
Lay down, hot face. You think you can get away with this?
She then tries to kill Hutch herself, but Becca arrives and hits her first with a dart. Lendina counters with another knife, but her attack is deflected. Becca fires again, striking Lendina in the eye. As her men close in on the family, Grandpa David detonates the TNT, setting off a massive explosion that wipes out the battlefield. Amid the chaos, Becca and Hutch find each other in the wreckage, sharing a kiss in the pool as survivors. In the aftermath, the same investigators return. Next to the dog sat Becca. They revealed that they are married. Amidst this, the superior calls and instructs them to leave the family alone.
Yes.
With the threat finally gone, the Mansell family is free to enjoy the vacation they had been long denied.
Yeah, look at that.